What I wish for the most is peace without fighting.
And I couldn't care less.
As you can tell, I'm a D1 Escanor Glazer, and to make it not bias, I will start with my opinions first. This video will be based on godly stat Escanor. First things first, we are going to disprove the propaganda. Yes, the Escanor can't break shield propaganda. Escanor hits 3 times, since upgrade 9 to 13. And he has a large cone AoE on top of this. This means you can sell and replace him on wave 3 and get permanent shield break. If you are one of those Escanor vs shield people, I'm here to shove it on your face how stupid this will be the background for most of the video. Moving on, Escanor can solo most of the endgame content, such as rifts, CID raid, X stage and many more. It isn't that you need to dedicate entire team for him to be good. It is simply that he's the only one you need in your team. This makes him super free to play friendly, because you only need one monarch. And because he auto upgrades himself, I don't have to farm. While you upgrade your SAT units manually, I'm watching YouTube. This is my AV gamma play. Place one unit and watch videos. Now, if you are here to argue that he can't break shield on placement, I'm here to introduce you to the F word and the A word. Friends and alt accounts. One person can bring Toji in their usual setup while you sleep. Just like in the show, Escanor shines brightest when there are friends to protect. Escanor is a very costly unit, costing 7.5k just to place. And 163k to maximum. And he has an hour stacks passive. He gains 1 hour stack per wave. This will go up to 12 and drop back down to 0. Each hour stacks grants 15% damage buff and 1.5% range buff. But on the 12th hour, it grants 30% damage buff and an extra passive. The next passive makes it so that when an enemy leaves his range, they will be inflicted with 100% of Escanor's damage automatically. In this case, 1.2 million damage. Nextly, he has a burn button before a match starts, where you can burn your other useless units. You can also just equip Escanor alone instead. This makes Escanor entirely free. Each burnt unit gives him 1 starting hour stack up to 5. Aka 75% damage boost. Hour stack will now go from 5 to 12 instead of 0 to 12. And with 5 slots burnt, he will now auto upgrade himself every wave. So he takes 15 waves to maximum himself, but you can also upgrade him yourself. Escanor has the highest placement damage in the game, dealing around 250k. Even without Monarch, he deals crazy damage. This makes him the best unit for interactive stages like Double Dungeon and Mojito, because you can simply sell him and replace him for free. His burning passive also makes him best unit for events that requires you to bring certain units such as Gojo event and portals. Because he deals so much damage on placement for free, he can breeze through high early HP game modes like CID raid. And he earns tons of early money for your teammates. Nextly, he cleanses himself whenever he inflicts burn. And remember the extra passive during 12 hour, he inflicts 2% of his damage in burn every second. He deals 30% extra damage with burn. First unit is Hibana. She has an invisible range inside her range like Saber Altar, which is 20% of her current range, and every burn applied in this range is reapplied once again. And when a burning enemy enters this range, they are applied with Scorched, which increases burn damage by 20%. Next unit is Quetzalcoatl. She boosts all fire allies in range by 20%. Fire element boosts each other's damage by 1% per unit. Next is Toji. He can one-shot any amount of shield, and even has full AoE. You can also use Ryumu as a substitute, Holo Spar makes her great force shield. Lastly we got the Smith. His Dragon Slayer boosts damage by 40% and dot by 20%. He also has this, if you are with friends. But obviously, synergies are only recommended with friends or alt. For example, you can have 1 hyper boost friend and 3 Escanors. I forgot to include that Escanor has 2 abilities. First ability is simply a ×4 damage nuke. Next ability sets him on 12-hour stack and also gives 50% damage boost, but he auto sells himself after 5 waves. So you want to mainly use this on last 4 waves. I'm not trying to calculate 1 DPS for each hour stack twice. So I will do one for 8th and 12th hour each. Without Monarch, he deals 173k plus 52k in burn. That's 28k DPS on 8th hour. With the ability, he deals 85k in burn. Total of 367k damage. And he should deal 5,6k in burn every second with his 2% passive. In the span of 20 seconds, he has dealt 1.6 million damage. That's 81.5k DPS. On 8th hour, he deals 207,588 in burn. That's nearly 900k damage. He should deal 14k in burn every second. In the span of 20 seconds, he has dealt 6.25 million damage. That's a whopping 312k DPS. With a 20% burn, that's 375k DPS. All for the cheap price of 0 yen and auto upgrade. Lastly, Escanor has a secret passive. When you lose a stage, he restarts it. Let me show you a little tech. You can constantly resolve Escanor to break shield. Remember, it is not the tool that's faulty, it is the user. Escanor can solo nearly every mode in this game. If I see one more person commenting about Sand Village, I will find you. See you again in the next video.
God deserves